Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Uncommon Connector, brought to you by FTZ Functional Training Zone. And this particular episode is also sponsored by Nonprofits Insurance Alliance. And we wanted to just go ahead and kick it off this season 2, in a little bit of a different way. Now, some know that the Uncommon Connector brings aspiring students and connects them to career professionals so they don't waste time, talent, or tuition. And this episode, we're taking it right back to the beginning. And we're taking it right from the point where someone has just graduated from high school and now they're launching into that newly minted freshman year of college. So we have the one and only Chris Robertson. We call him Chris the Grad Robinson here with us today.
Yes. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yes, you're absolutely welcome. We're so glad to have you. In fact, we spoke a little bit prior to this session, and you were telling me some really interesting things about how you even got to the college that you came to. So,
right. Yes.
Yeah. So I would like could you tell our guests and our audience a little bit about that? How did you come to the college that you picked?
So, first off, my college that I'm attending is Texas A&M Kingsville. And at first, I wanted to do Texas A&M in College Station, which is the main campus that they have. But I decided, I wanted to go to the main campus because first, I wanted to do an engineering major. And I did my research, and I learned that Texas A&M is really great for engineering. So I applied there first, but they were overcrowded and they couldn't fit me in, but they wanted me in their system. So I decided to go to one of their sister schools, which is Texas A&M Kingsville, which is not in College Station, which is where A&M is. It's in another city or town, which is a little bit southwest of Texas A&M.
Okay, and when are you going to be starting college?
I start college, so I move into my dorm August 19th, but my first day of college is Monday, August 21st.
Monday, August 21st, so that's like right around the corner. So let me
Yes,
just ask you, let me just ask you, like when you were in high school, what did you study, and what led you to go to this particular school?
So in high school, I went to a career and technical high school, which gets you ready for a career. And even before high school, I wanted to study engineering because I was very focused on, or very, I guess, pulled to fixing things and really like wondering like, hey, how does that work? And why does it work? And why do we do this and stuff? And I decided to go to that high school, and I really learned a lot career-wise, what to expect in careers and technical stuff. And
Okay, all right. So you basically like to just put things together and figure out how they work.
Yes, pretty much. I still do that till today. My grandparents, my mom would say like, hey, like, how do you do this? And I'm like, oh, you can do this, you can do that, and like this is how you put it together, this is how you take it apart, and if you need me to do it or explain it again, just let me know. I don't mind, because I just love doing stuff like that.
That's awesome. So you've actually been like leading your way into this type of career since you were small. And
pretty much, it all started with like Legos and like building like little toys and stuff, and I'll play with like the food that I have and like build things and towers with it and stuff. But yeah.
Wow. So you just went with your natural inclination and you didn't deviate from it. So for a whole 17 years, you've been preparing for this.
Yes.
That's a long time. So are you excited about the next steps?
I really am. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I feel like I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready, but yeah.
You got all the feels.
Yes, I have them all. They're all in my stomach right now. But yeah.
Right on. So, you and I have a mutual interest, and it is the functional training zone platform. And I
Yes.
mentioned before, this is where we get to connect aspiring students to, practical ways of learning about their industry they're interested in, outside of college courses, right? This is just a
Hmm.
conversation for awareness. Now, can you tell me how you were brought to FTZ?
So actually, I'm the nephew of the owner of FTZ, and he let me know about the company and things he was bringing up. And the first thing that came to my mind was he told me what the mission was and what the priorities were for the entire project, and I immediately thought like connections was really important about the whole company, get people connected so they can get to the right career pathway that they want to do. So I wasn't. He let me know about it, but not until later or like recently this year, he wanted me to be on board with his company and FTZ, and I came on board as the digital content specialist, or better known as the blogger of the company, to express things I know, my journey, and what I've learned, and what I want to learn, and things like that. Yes.
So, that's very cool, because if you have strong writing, you can pretty much,
Hmm.
go anywhere you want to. And then if you can
Yeah. Yeah.
build things on top of that, you can
Hmm.
speak about what you do, and everything is about a story. And I love the fact that you're
Yes.
building yours right now. That
Hmm.
you had this inclination as a young kid, and you got connected to somebody in the family that was interested enough to in your
Yeah.
career goals, right? To
Hmm.
share with you a path that may make sense. Not only that, he's introduced you to entrepreneurship. So,
Yes. Yeah.
would you say he's a mentor?
Um, I would say he's one of my mentors. Yes, he's really showed and shared much knowledge with me over the years and coming up and stuff. But yes.
So tell me, do you have more than one mentor? I'm always curious about that.
I actually do. I have my uncle, which is Mr. Quincy Robertson, and then I also have my father, who is also he's in the military currently right now, and he's a big mentor of mine. And
Okay.
yeah.
So do you believe that it's best to have more than one mentor?
Um, I believe so. Yes, I believe it's better. It's best to have more than one mentor because you get different views on the same topic. So, excuse me. Well, you have. I for a second I thought about thinking about going to the military, and both my uncle and my dad, who was currently in the military, both had the same decisions. So I got to hear their side of it and understand like, okay, this is what they thought about it. This is what he thought about it, and, and kind of like be like, okay, so what do I think about it based on their, actually being in the field, and yeah.
Okay, so a little bit of both. You had the influence, right? And then you got the understanding. And then I'm
Hmm.
assuming, so can you give me like have you been to visit the school, and did you, I think you had some understanding of the school way before you decided to
Yeah.
go there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, like I said before, I didn't originally want to go to the school. It was just a kind of like a side thing. I was like pushed my way. But I am glad I get to go to school because on late June, June 24th, I believe, I got to visit Texas A&M Kingsville, and we drove. I'm from Houston, so I drove 4 hours to the to orientation is what they had, and I got to see the school, which is a really nice school. I got to see what I'll be doing, what majors were there, what organizations they have, what the teachers were talking about, or professors what they were talking about. I got to see how living was over there because I'm from Houston. I'm used to big city and things happening around me, but this is more of like a small town. I think the population of the town is like 25,000. So like 25,000 over 4 million, that's a big jump in population. So
Wow.
it's kind of a different living way I gotta get used to. But I put myself in a situation, and I'm happy I am putting myself in a situation because it's something different that I'm not used to. And it's always best to put yourself somewhere where you're not comfortable to, better yourself.
Yes. Right. That's perfect. So you got this 4 million population over here that you're from, and now you're going over to 2,500 with corn and cows, and you're gonna go figure it out in a whole new way. It's totally gonna develop you. So a mentor of mine shared with me, Andrea, this is you. This is where it's comfortable. This is what you know, the people, the town, the community. But over here, that's where success is. So we got to bust through that comfort, right? To get uncomfortable and do something new to grow, right? So let me ask you this. So with all this happening, what are your expectations freshman year? I know it's a broad question, but.
Expectations freshman year. Well, off the first thing I know is I know college is it's gonna be something else. I'll tell you that. It's definitely gonna be a challenge and something I'm not used to. It's a big jump from high school, but after going to orientation, it didn't seem as hard as I think it is. But I do believe it's gonna be something different because I won't be with my family anymore. I won't be in my comfortable environment. I had to get used to where things are and how to basically get around and get used to the new area I'll be in. And I had to get used to communicating more often. I used to just not necessarily talk, but I didn't really get out more. And going to college or like a university where I won't be at home, it's definitely going to be something different because I'll actually have to fend for myself. And if I want to do something, I have to do it instead of being like, hey, mom, can you take me do this? Can you take me do that? I have to be on my own and be like, hey, at this time I have to do this, or at this time don't forget to do this essay or things like that. But I know for the first couple of weeks, I'm going to be kind of iffy about it, but once I keep going and the semester keeps going, I'll probably get used to and into the college, freshman year of college.
Yes. It's not an easy time. But you'll definitely get through it because you've got people that are doing it with you. It's so important to have that community around you and like-minded community. So before we started this podcast, I know you didn't know I was going to ask you this, but you said you just got back from working out.
Yes.
Now, do you feel that where you are now, like how you feel physically and mentally, that you were ready for this? And when you get there, will you keep up the same regimen? Because there's something called the freshman 20 or the freshman 15. And you get to school and we get that buffet and we can eat what we want and do what we want. But you almost have to manage everything. So tell me do you have a plan to keep yourself fit and mentally healthy?
Well, going to the gym, I've been going to the gym around 2 or 3 years now. And the biggest thing I've learned, or biggest thing I've come to realize, is that it's not about how much weight you lift, how much weight you lose, how much food you eat. It's all about the determination and how much self motivation you have. So going to college, I believe it might be a rough patches. I might get a little bit sluggish, but I gotta learn to put myself back into the shift of being in college and doing the gym. So what I do now is I schedule my gym workouts and I do this, I do that at this time, I do this at a certain time. Now bringing it into college, now I have classes, now that I have my schedule, I'll say, okay, so in the morning, from 8 to 9 or 8 to like 10, I'll do gym stuff. And then I have my classes from 11 to like 2, and I'll be class time. And then from 2 to 5, I'll have homework or whatever assignments I have to complete. And then have these other things that I have in a schedule. And yeah, it's just basically self-determination and self-motivation. As long as I keep those in mind and keep those running, it should be fine. I believe I should be fine for working out and balancing college at the same time.
That's right. That's right. That's good. Mental health is such a hot topic now, and, keeping yourself,
Yes.
in a peaceful state, in a state of interest and, like vigor is so key. And you're at such a beautiful point to, really just move as gracefully and as quickly, or just, pace yourself in a way that gives you the best outcomes. You're so level-headed. I'm so glad to have this time with you and speak with you, and hope other people at your age, and maybe even older, of course, can kind of hear what you're saying and take it on, because I haven't mentioned this, but we are going to be tracking you. We're going to be following you through your course, through your journey in college. Yeah. And so in about 6 months, I'll do this again, But if you really want to hear more from Chris, yes, he's got a blog, and it's on FTZ, functionaltrainingzone.net. And you can just click on the blog and you'll see more about him and, what speaks to him with regards to career preparedness and, his college journey. So, Chris, I got to ask you, what's the number one thing that you're going to miss when you leave home and go all the way to Kingsville?
Definitely I'll miss interacting with my family and interacting with how I used to talk and really just get together with my family. I can't really ask my parents or my mom really something. If I need to ask her something, I can just go across the house. I have to like actually call her, like wake it off work to actually like talk to her and stuff. But another thing that I'll miss is really, I was talking to my grandma about this today. I would really miss my grandma's beef stew. She really makes a great beef stew, and it's just anytime I have it, I need it again.
Man, that sounds so good. I mean, like, I haven't had it and I miss it. I need it in my life. I need grandma's beef and corn stew. Give it up. Get the recipe or something. Yeah, I know home cooked meals were a big deal. Like, I went to school in state, but, I was eating, the lunch hall, the dining hall food, and I'm telling you that freshman year, I went up like 15 pounds, and I was like, okay, I got to figure this out, because that messed with my sleep, that messed with a whole lot of things, my clothes. So but it sounds like, when you get back to that beef stew, it's going to be even better than it was when you first had it, because you'll miss it. And you would have had some of that group food that won't even match. But you also meet friends. Meet friends that live in state, and you can go over their house. True. Yep. So watch out, Grandma. There's going to be competition.
Nothing can never compete with my grandma's cooking. I'm sorry. She's always the best cook in the family, and always will be.
Hands down. So just going to switch gears a little bit. And this has really been a fun interview, but I'm just going to ask you, with this degree that you're pursuing, how do you foresee using it?
So I am pursuing a engineering degree, specifically a mechanical engineering degree. And I thought I wanted to do, at first I wanted to do aerospace engineering, right? But then as I got closer to engines and like cars and maybe like stuff that like moves, not necessarily just like space and like aircrafts and all those things. But as of right now, I have many options that I want to do. So I want to do mechanical technician. I've thought about Boeing, working at Boeing. There's some companies that are not too far from where I live in Texas that also do. They have a major engineering park in their area. So there's many opportunities and stuff that I have with engineering. But as of right now, I can't zero down onto just one. So hopefully by the end or closing on to the end of college, all I know is right now, I for sure want to my mechanical degree.
Oh, okay. Tell me, what would you like to do with your degree in mechanical engineering?
So definitely one of my top picks would probably be Boeing as of right now. But I don't really 100% know what I want to do with that. Just Boeing is just an idea that I have in my head. But as I zero down and close to the end of college, hopefully I'll have my answer, and I most likely will. But yes, the main focus is my mechanical engineering degree.
All right, that's awesome. That's good. We're going to really support you. And if people want to know more about you, how do they find you?
They can find me on the FTZ page on the blogs area, where I post all my blogs about everything I know and everything I learned and want to learn.
All right, so y'all find him on functionaltrainingzone.net. You can read about Chris the grad. You can reach out to him, ask him questions if you like. If he's not too busy in the gym or getting beef stew shipped to him personally, I'm sure he'll answer back.
Yes.
And we're going to keep it going with our career awareness platform. We're glad that you all tuned in today. And thanks for coming to FTZ, Functional Training Zones, the Uncommon Connector, where we connect aspiring students to career professionals so you don't waste time, talent, or precious tuition. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
It's your boy JR dropping them beats.